Hey guys, Gameboy3800 here once again, and today I'm doing my full review of the Alienware M11x R2. As always with my reviews, I'm going to do the exterior first. This feels kind of like the M11x R1. I know I didn't review that, but they have the same kind of glossy feel on the top, although the R1 only came in the color black. I did not like that, so I wanted to get the R2 in the gray color. If you ask me to do a review of the R1, no, I don't have it anymore, sorry. Next up is ports, 1394 Firewire, SD card, SIM card, so like you could use wireless Bluetooth on the go, gigabit LAN port. In the original M11x R1, that was a 100 megabit LAN port, so big improvement there. Power USB 2.0, HDMI output, display output, and Kensington lock over there. So you have some venting here, power, nothing else. You have two more USB 2.0s, two headphone jacks, and a mic. On the bottom, the only thing you really see is a battery indicator light and a big old vent here for the fan. On the inside, there's not really much to talk about. Kind of shiny plastic, very plasticky. This machine, even though it's only 11.6 inches, it's 5 pounds, so quite a hefty little machine. This machine has an overclocked Core i7 640UM at 2.8 gigahertz. It's got 8 gigabytes of 1600 megahertz RAM and a GT335M graphics card with 1 gigabyte of dedicated memory. So it's great for gaming. That's what it's designed to do, but it's also great for battery life. If you don't have it overclocked like I do, you could get 6 hours. Overclocked like I do, it gets about 3. But I only use it in a few classes, so it's good, and I always have the charger with me on hand. When you turn it on, the keyboard lights up, but unlike the other Alienwares I have, it's only one color. Like, it's not one color here, and then one here. It's only one color. The Alienware logo that would flash up here can be one color, and the lights here can be one color. So yeah, it can still morph and flash and all that cool stuff, but yeah. I'm going to turn it on, and I'm going to see what it looks like. Okay, we're almost done starting Windows, and if you can't tell, the screen is actually quite white. The blacks look like grays, and the grays look like dark white. The M14X suffers from the same fate, but not as much as this. Wow. Like, what you're seeing is not much worse than what I'm seeing, so yeah. Much like the M17x R2, this also has the Alien Sense feature, and yes, I am in a different part of the room, just cause. I'm gonna hide my passcodes. And there we go. Thankfully for this little machine, it doesn't need too much power, so it plays games just as well off the charge as it does on. So that's great for traveling. You don't need to have it plugged in to get max settings. Although plugging it in will help for like Battlefield and stuff like that. For simpler games like Amnesia, it doesn't need any kind of extra help. Unless you're like recording with traps. Then, yeah. I'm just waiting for my side extensions to load up. And I might as well put it into full power mode. This does not have an SSD in it. This has a 320 gigabyte Western Digital Blue in it. Already in high performance, okay? And the keyboard is lit up blue right now. But in case you can't tell, all the keys are a little bit smushed, especially the arrow keys, like the up and down ones are way too tall. So yeah. And now you see I have it set to the red, green, and blue. And I can change that color on the fly. 8 gigabytes of memory. I told you the battery. The battery is pretty new, but not completely, so it doesn't have a full charge, but long enough. What else? GPU meter. Yeah, that's got the GT335M. If I had gotten the R3 model, it would have had the 540M. But the R3 models are still quite expensive for some unknown reason. Let's get this under something and play some Amnesia, so you could just see how well it plays. Here we go, old Xbox DVD drive. I have it underneath something because it's got a GPU and a CPU to cool with one fan. It's always going to be on, almost no matter what you're doing. Amnesia, I have custom settings, but it is on high, full screen. And let's run fraps so that you could see the frames. And let's enable sound. Oh, that's wireless, my bad. I'm thinking it's the M17X with how the sound was. There, now you can hear stuff. And now the turbo boost meter will go away, and we are getting full frames almost. There we go. Speakers are good but quiet. Only complaint about that. So yeah, at max settings we're getting almost 50. And for some reason this one flame always kills it. Let's just continue. I just got to the first, the place where the monster first appears. So let's see if we can see the monster. That'll be fun. I really want to do a commentary on this game with my buddy, you know him, Sailboat 910 or Seabrown 27614 or something like that. I'll move the camera slightly so that I could move over slightly. Do I have a lantern? Yay. So yeah, playable 30 frames per second. I'm used to 60, but 30 is just fine for this little machine. Have some oil. We're about to get a flashback in here.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives, it won't take long until things start falling apart.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the walls. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here, and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
I don't know about you, but I always fill up my oil as soon as I get it, unless I have full oil and 1 or 2 extra on standby. And I guess because the screen is so bright with the white balance being off, I guess you could say. It makes this game look not as scary, like not as dark. And I guess that could be considered a good thing if you're afraid of scary games. But then again, if you're afraid of scary games, why are you playing them? Gotta get through that door. Well, hole in the wall. And those rocks just fell through. I will take this one. After I see what's in here and read this note. So it makes me pass out.
17th May, 1839. After pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped. I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer. My weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light. I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry. The next thing I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety. Grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Trippy. And I always get tinderboxes. Don't have the light up too long, otherwise you will start to hallucinate for some unknown reason.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
So yeah, that's basically Amnesia for you. It plays well. It never dropped below 30 frames per second. I was on high settings on battery power. Of course, being overclocked, I helps it some, but not by much. I mean, I think the default speed of it is 2.6 or 2.5 and only 300 megahertz boost. That's not very much, is it? No. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it was informative. And I hope you choose your computer. Whether it be the M11x, the M3200, the M9700, the M14X, the M17X, the M18X, and now the M11X. Or, if it was one of my other ones, such as the Dell Precision M4500, just like this. Or if it was the HP EliteBook 8440p. Or if it's something completely different. I hope I helped you out, and I hope you enjoyed. Thanks, Gamboy out. See you next time.